Janardan Maharaj ki jai. Yeah. Can wait a few minutes?
Okay.
All right. Vandeham Shri Guru Shiyata Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Saganaraganatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shivishikam Vitamscha Om Jnana Timaranda Shagyana Jana Shalakaya Chakshurunnitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Gurva Bhistam Supurkam Garganara Sesha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samasta Veda Nipanam Shri Rupa Patanugam Govinda Vidam Ujwalam Varatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Mande Vishwagurun Shah Divyat Bhagavat Prem No Bija Pranam Devam Divyatanum Suchandabaranam Balarka Chelanchitam Sandrananda Puram Sareka Varanam Vairagya Vidyamburim Sri Siddhanta Nidhim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Baram Bandetam Shubharam Mareka Sharanam Nyashishara Shidaram Bansha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavenebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratavishe Namah. So we're hearing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, translation and commentary by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupad. This is Adi-lila chapter 3, the external reasons for the appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Prabhum Bande Yad Padashraya Viryataha Sangrinati Akaravratad Agya Siddhanta Sanmanin. I offer my respectful obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. By the potency of the shelter of his lotus feet, even a fool can collect the valuable jewels of conclusive truth from the minds of the revealed scriptures. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaurabhakta Vrinda. All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to Sri Nityananda Prabhu, all glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to Sri Nityananda Prabhu, all glories to Sri Advaita Chandra, and all glories to all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya. Tritiya Shlokar Arta Koila Bivaran, Chaturta Shlokar Arta Shuna Bhaktagan. I have given the purport of the third verse. Now, O devotees, please listen to the meaning of the fourth with full attention. I have given the purport of the third verse. Now, O devotees, please listen to the meaning of the fourth with full attention. Anarpita charim chirat karuna yavatirna kalo samarpayitum unato jwala rasam swabhakti shriyam hari purata sundara jyuti karamba sandipita sada hridaya khandare suratuva sachinandanaha. May the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Sachi Devi, be transcendently situated in the innermost core of your heart, resplendent with the radiance of molten gold. He has descended in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before, the most elevated mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love. May the Supreme Lord, who is known as the son of Srimati Sachi Devi, be transcendently situated in the innermost core of your heart, resplendent with the radiance of molten gold. He has descended in the age of Kali by his causeless mercy to bestow what no incarnation has ever offered before, the most elevated mellow of devotional service, the mellow of conjugal love. This is from Vidagda Madhava. This verse is written by Srila Rupa Goswami. Very beautiful verse. Anarpita charim chirat karune yafatirna kalo samarpayitum unnatojwala rasam svabhakti shriyam hari purata sundara dyuti karamba sandipita sadaridaya kandare swuratuva sachinandana. Purna Bhagavan Krishna Vrajendra Kumar Goloke Vrajendra Saha Nitya Bihar. Lord Krishna, the son of the king of Braja, is the supreme Lord. He eternally enjoys transcendental pastimes in his eternal abode Goloka, which includes Rajadam. In the previous chapter, it has been established that Krishna, the son of Brajendra, the king of Vraja, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead with 6 opulences. He eternally enjoys transcendentally variegated opulences on his planet, which is known as Goloka. The eternal pastimes of the Lord in the spiritual planet, Krishna Loka, are called aprakita, or unmanifested pastimes, because they are beyond the purview of the conditioned souls. Lord Krishna is always present everywhere, but when he is not present before our eyes, he is said to be aprakita, or unmanifested. Brahmara ek dine tiho ek bar avatirnag haya koren prakata bihar. Once in a day of Brahma, he descends to this world to manifest his pastimes, his transcendental pastimes. Satyatreta Dwarparakali Chari Juga Jani Se Chari Juga Dibya Ek Jugamani. We know that there are 4 ages, yugas, namely Satya, Treta, Dwarpara, and Kali. These 4 together constitute one Divya Yuga. Ekatara Chaturjuge Ek Manvantar Choda Manvantara Brahmara Divasa Bitar. 71 Divya Yugas constitute one Manvantara. There are 14 Manvantaras in one day of Brahma. A Manvantara is the period controlled by one Manu. The reign of 14 Manus equals the length of one day, 12 hours in the life of Brahma, and the night of Brahma is of the same duration. These calculations are given in the authentic astronomy book known as the Surya Siddhanta. A Bengali translation of this book was compiled by the great professor of astronomy and mathematics Bimal Prasad Datta, later known as Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami, who was our merciful spiritual master. He was honored with the title Siddhanta Saraswati for translating the Surya Siddhanta, and the title Goswami Maharaj was added when he accepted sannyas, the renounced order of life. Vaivasvata nama saptama manvantar Sataisha Chaturjuga Tahara Antar. The present Manu, who is the 7th, is called Vaivasvata, the son of Vivasvan. 27 Divya Yugas of his age have passed. Or 27 Divya Yugas means 27 times 4,320,000 years of his age have now passed, of that Manu, Vaivasvata Manu. Ashtavimsha Chaturjuge Dwaparera Seshe Prajera Sahite Hoy Krishnera Prakashe. At the end of the Dwarpara Yuga of the 28th Divya Yuga, Lord Krishna appears on earth with the full paraphernalia of his eternal Brajadam. Dasya Sakya Vatsaya Shringara Chariras Chari Bhavera Bhakta Jata Krishna Tarabas. Servitude, or dasya, friendship, sakya, parental affection, vatsalya, and conjugal love, sringara, are the four transcendental mellows or rasas. By the devotees who cherish these four mellows, Lord Krishna is subdued. So these are the four main rasas. There's also shanta rasa, but it's not an active rasa. It's a neutral rasa. So the main rasas actually begin with dasha ras, dasha, sakya, vatsalya, and sringara. These are the four main rasas. Or dasha, servitude, sakya, friendship, vatsalya, parenthood, and sringara, or madhurya, that's conjugal. Dasha Saka Pita Mata Kanta Ganaloya Braje Krita Kore Krishna Prema Vishta Hoya. Absorbed in such transcendental love, Lord Sri Krishna enjoys in Braja with his devoted servants, friends, parents, and conjugal lovers. Shateshta Bihari Krishna Kore Antardan Antardana Kore Mane Kore Anuman. Lord Krishna enjoys his transcendental pastimes as long as he wishes, and then he disappears. After disappearing, however, he thinks thus: Chirakala nahi kore prema bhaktidan, bhakti bina jagatera nahi avastan. For a long time I have not bestowed unalloyed loving service to me upon the inhabitants of the world. Without such loving attachment, the existence of the material world is useless. Sakala jagate more kore vidhi bhakti brajabhava paite nahi shakti. Everywhere in the world people worship me according to scriptural injunctions, but simply by following such regulative principles one cannot attain the loving sentiments of the devotees in Brajabhumi. So here Krishna, he's thinking that just by following Vidhi Marg, all the rules and regulations and the injunctions of the scriptures, one cannot attain the loving sentiments of the devotees in Brajabhumi or in Vrindavan. One can't get real love. One gets more a sense of awe and respect of Vaikuntha worship by Vidhi Marg. But Mahaprabhu, Krishna is thinking, everywhere in the world people worship me according to scriptural injunctions, but simply following such regulative principles one cannot attain the loving sentiments of the devotees in Brajabhumi. Now it's very interesting because this chapter is talking about the external reasons for Krishna's descent as Mahaprabhu. And one of the external reasons is to give people conjugal love, or love of Godhead in the mood of the gopis. But that's an external reason. It seems so beyond what most people were able to think about when they think about Vidhi Marg. When they're thinking about Vidhi Marg, and yet it's considered external. Aishvarya, because in the next chapter we'll hear about the internal reasons for Mahaprabhu's descent. But I'm not going to go ahead myself. I'm going to continue with the sequence. Aishvarya Gyanate Sab Jagat Mishrita Aishvarya Shitila Preme Nahi Mora Prita. Knowing my opulences, the whole world looks upon me with awe and veneration. But devotion made feeble by such reverence does not attract me. So bhakti that's just based on Aishvarya Gyan, awe and reverence and opulence and formality of the scriptures, Krishna is thinking, knowing my opulences, the whole world looks upon me with awe and veneration, because that's the sense of, that's the sense of worship by Vidhi Marg, or Vaikuntha worship, Aishvarya Gyan. But devotion made feeble by such reverence does not attract me. Aishvarya Gyane Vidhi Bhajana Koriya Vaikuntha Vaikuntake Jaya Chaturbida Mukti Pana. By performing such regulated devotional service in awe and veneration, one may go to Vaikuntha and attain the four kinds of liberation. Sharsti Samupya Ara Samipya Salokya Sayujana Loya Bhakta Jati Brahma Aikya. These are the Vaikuntha liberations or opulences. These liberations are Sharsti, achieving opulence equal to those of the Lord, achieving the opulences of the Lord. Sarupya, having a form the same as the Lord's. Samipya, living as a personal associate of the Lord. And Salokya, living on a Vaikuntha planet. Devotees never accept Sayuja, however, since that is oneness with Brahman. Devotees don't want to merge with the Lord or attain oneness with the Lord. That's called Sayuja. But they'll accept these other kinds of worships or opulences. Sharsti, achieving opulence to that of the Lord. Sarupya, having the same form as that of the Lord. Normally four-handed form like that of the Lord. Samipya, living as a personal associate of the Lord. And Salokya, living on a Vaikuntha planet. Yugadharma pravartaimu namasankirtan vari bhava bhakti diya nachamu bhuvan. I shall personally inaugurate the religion of the age, namasankirtan, the congregational chanting of the holy name. I shall make the world dance in ecstasy, realizing the four mellows of loving devotional service. Those four mellows we heard are Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya, or servitude, friendship, parenthood, and love, a relationship of lover. Apani korimu bhakta bhava angikare, apani achari bhakti sikaimu sabare. I shall accept the role of a devotee, and I shall teach devotional service by practicing it myself. This is Mahaprabhu's, as Krishna's thinking, I shall accept the role of a devotee, and I shall teach devotional service by practicing it myself. So I will become Mahaprabhu, I'll become a teacher, I'll practice it myself and show by my own example. Apanena kaile dharma shikana najai eta siddhanta gita bhagavate gai. Unless one practices devotional service himself, he cannot teach it to others. This conclusion is indeed confirmed throughout the Gita and Bhagavatam. Yada yada idharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutanam dharmasya tadatmanam Sri Jamiyaham. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice or descendant of Bharata and a predominant role of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice or descendant of Bharata and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. Yada yada yadharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyatanam dharmasya tadatmanam Sri Jamiyaham paritranaya sarunam vinashaya chaduskritam dharma samstapanartaya sambhavami yuge yuge. To deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to reestablish the principles of religion, I myself appear millennium after millennium. Utsirayor ime loka nakuryam karma chedaham sankarasya chakartasham upahanyam ima prajaha. If I did not show the proper principles of religion, all these worlds would fall into ruin. I would be the cause of unwanted population and would spoil all these living beings. Yad yad acharati shreshtas tattad evetaro janaha sayat pramanam kurute lokastad anuvartate. Whatever actions a great man performs, common people follow. And whatever standards he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. Yuga dharma pravartana hoy amsha hoite amavina anye nare braja prema dite. My plenary portions can establish the principles of religion for each age. No one but me, however, can bestow the kind of loving service performed by the residents of Braja. So, any of my incarnations, they can establish the principles of religion for the different ages, the Yuga Dharma, or the Yuga Dharmas, whether it's Satya, Treta, Dwapara, or Kali Yuga. My different incarnations can establish those principles. I don't have to come personally for that. But no one but me, however, can bestow the kind of loving service performed by the residents of Vraja or of Vrindavan. Sand Vavatara Bahava Pankaja Nabasya Sarvata Badra Krishnad Anya Kovalatas Vapi Prema Dobhavati. There may be many auspicious incarnations of the personality of Godhead, but who other than Lord Krishna can bestow love of God upon the surrendered souls? Dahate apana bhaktagan kori sange prativite avatare kori munanarange. Yeah. Therefore, in the company of my devotees, I shall appear on earth and perform various colorful pastimes. Etabhavi kali kale pratama sanjaya avatirna hoila Krishna apane nadiyaya. Thinking thus, the personality of God as Sri Krishna himself descended at Nadia, early in the age of Kali. Chaitanya Simara Navadipe Avatar, Chaitanya Simar Navadipe Avatar, Simagriva, Simavirya, Simhara Hunkar. Thus the lion-like Lord Chaitanya has appeared in Navadip. He has the shoulders of a lion, the powers of a lion, and the loud voice of a lion. Se Sima Vasuk Jiva Hridaya Kandare Kamasa Dhyarada Nashe Jahara Hunkare. May that lion be seated in the core of the heart of every living being. Thus with his resounding roar, may he drive away one's elephantine vices. Very nice. Say Sima Vasuk Jiva Hridaya Kandare Kalmasa Dvirada Nashe Jahara Hunkare. May that lion be seated in the core of the heart of every living being. Thus, with his resounding roar, may he drive away one's elephantine vices. Pratama Lilayatara Vishvambaranam Bhakti Rase Barila Darila Bhutagram. In his early pastimes, he is known as Vishvambar because he floods the world with the nectar of devotion and thus saves the living beings. Dubrindatura Arta Poshana Dharan Pushila Darila Prema Diya Tribhuvan. The verb root dubrin, which is the root of the word Vishvambar, indicates nourishing and maintaining. He, Lord Chaitanya, nourishes and maintains the three worlds by distributing love of God. Sesha Lilayadare Nama Sri Sankirtan. No. Sesha Lilayadare Nama Sri Krishna Chaitanya Sri Krishna Janaye Sab Vishya Koiladanya. In his later pastimes, he is known as Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya. He blesses the whole world by teaching about the name and fame of Lord Sri Krishna. So after he takes sannyas, Mahaprabhu is known as Sri Krishna Chaitanya. In his later pastimes, he is known as Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya. He blesses the whole world by teaching about the name and fame. He blesses the whole world by teaching about the name and fame of Lord Sri Krishna. Tara Juga Avatara Jani Garga Mahashai Krishnara Nama Karane Korijache Nirnoi. Knowing him, Lord Chaitanya, to be the incarnation for Kali Yuga, Gargamuni, during the naming ceremony of Krishna, predicted his appearance. Asan Varnas Trayo Yasha Grinato Nu Yugam Tanaha Shukla Raktas Tatapita Idanim Krishna Tam Gataha. This boy, Krishna, has 3 other colors, white, red, and yellow, and he appears in different ages. Now he has appeared in a transcendental blackish color. Shukla Rakta Pitavarna 18 Duty Satya Treta Kali Kale Dharena Sripati. White, red, and yellow, these are the 3 bodily lusters that the Lord, the husband of the goddess of fortune, assumes in the ages of Satya, Treta, and Kali, respectively. Idanim Dwapare Tiho Hoila Krishna Varna E Sab Shastra Gama Puranera Marma. Now in the Dwapara Yuga, the Lord has descended in a blackish hue. This is the essence of the statements in the Puranas and other Vedic literatures with reference to the context. Dwarpare Bhagavan Shama Pita Vasha Nija Yuda Shri Vatsadibir Ankaischa Lakshanar Upalakshitaha. In the Dwarpara Yuga, the personality of Godhead appears in a blackish hue. He is dressed in yellow. He holds his own weapons, and he is decorated with the Kaustubha jewel and marks of Srivatsa. This is how his symptoms are described. Kali Yuga Yuga Dharma Namera Prachar Tati Lagi Pita Varna Chaitanya Avatar. The religious practice for the age of Kali is to broadcast the glories of the holy name. Only for this purpose has the Lord in a yellow color descended as Lord Chaitanya. Kali Yuga Yuga Dharma Namera Prachar Tati Lagi Pita Varna Chaitanya Avatar. The religious practice for the age of Kali is to broadcast the glories of the holy name. Only for this purpose has the Lord in a yellow color descended as Lord Chaitanya. Tapta Hema Samakanti Prakanda Sharir Navamega Jini Kashta Dwani Sa Gumbir Tapta Hema Samakanti Prakanda Sharir Navamega Jini Kanta Dwani J Gambir. The luster of his expansive body resembles molten gold. The deep sound of his voice conquers the thundering of newly assembled clouds. Dargya Vistare J Apanara Hat Chari Hasta Hoy Mahapurna Vikyat. One who measures 4 cubits in length and in breadth by his own hand is celebrated as a great personality. So the cubit, I think, is from here to here. So one who measures 4 cubits in height, whatever this distance is, 4 cubits in height, and in breadth by his own hands, breadth I guess would be like this, is celebrated as a great personality. Nyagroda parimandala hoy taranam, Nyagroda parimandala tanu chaitanya gunadam. Such a person is called Nyagroda parimandala. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who personifies all good qualities, has the body of a Nyagroda parimandala, and one's hands go down to one's knees. No one other than the Supreme Lord himself, who has engaged conditioned souls by his own illusory energy, can possess these bodily features. These features certainly indicate an incarnation of Vishnu and no one else. Ajanu lambita bhuja kamala lochan tilafula jininasha sudamshu vadan. His arms are long enough to reach his knees. His eyes are just like lotus flowers. His nose is like a sesame flower, and his face is as beautiful as the moon. So this is Ajahn, and in the Chaitanya Bhagavad he's described like that. Also, Ajanu lambita bhuja kamala lochan Dilafula Jini Nasha Sudamshu Vadan. His arms are long enough to reach his knees. His eyes are just like lotus flowers. His nose is like a sesame flower. And his face is as beautiful as the moon. Shanta Danta Krishna Bhakti Nishta Parayan Bhaktavatsala Shushila Sarvabhutesam. He is peaceful, self-controlled, and fully devoted to the transcendental service of Lord Sri Krishna. He is affectionate towards his devotees. He is gentle, and he is equally disposed towards all living beings. Chandanera Angada Bala Chandana Bhushan Nrityakali Pari Koren Krishna Sankirtan. He is decorated with sandalwood bangles and armlets and anointed with the pulp of sandalwood. He especially wears these decorations to dance in Sri Krishna Sankirtan. Esab Guna Laya Muni Vaishampayan Sahasraname Koila Taranama Ganan. Recording all these qualities of Lord Chaitanya, the sage Vaishampayana included his name in the Vishnu Sahasranam. Adi-lila Chaitanyara Adi Ara Sesh Adi-lilaya Chari Chari Nama Vishesh. The pastimes of Lord Chaitanya have 2 divisions. The early pastimes, Adi-lila, and the later pastimes, Sesha-lila. He has 4 names in each of these 2 leelas. So he has 4 names in each of Adi-lila and in the Sesha-lila. So the Sesha-lila would include Madhya and Antya-lila. But the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya have 2 divisions. Early pastimes, Adi-lila, and the later pastimes, Sesha-lila. He has 4 names in each of these 2 leelas. Suvarna Varna Hemango Varangas Chandanangadi Sanyasa Krich Chama Shanto Nishta Shanti Parayanaha Suvarna Varna Hemango Varangas Chandanangadi Sanyasa Krich Chama Shanto Nishta Shanti Parayanaha. In his early pastimes, he appears as a householder with a golden complexion. His limbs are beautiful, and his body, smeared with the pulp of sandalwood, seems like molten gold. In his later pastimes, he accepts the sannyas order, and he is equipped and he is equipoised and peaceful. He is the highest abode of peace and devotion, for he silences the impersonalist non-devotees. In his early pastimes, he appears as a householder with a golden complexion. His limbs are beautiful, and his body, smeared with the pulp of sandalwood, seems like molten gold. In his later pastimes, he accepts the sannyas order and is equipoised and peaceful. He is the highest abode of peace and devotion, for he silences the impersonalist non-devotees. Vyakta kori bhagavate kohe bar bar kali juge dharmanam sankirtanasar. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is repeatedly and clearly said that the essence of religion in the age of Kali is the chanting of the holy name of Krishna. Iti dvarpara urvisha stuvanti jagad ishvaram nama tantra vidanena kala vapi yatha shrinu. O king, in this way, people in Dwarpara Yuga worship the Lord of the universe. In Kali Yuga, they also worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead by the regulations of the revealed scriptures. Kindly now hear of that from me. Krishna Varnam Trisha Krishnam Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yagyai Sankirtana Prayar Yajanti Isumeda Saha. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the names of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential devotees, or confidential companions. In the age of Kali, intelligent persons perform congregational chanting to worship the incarnation of Godhead, who constantly sings the name of Krishna. Although his complexion is not blackish, he is Krishna himself. He is accompanied by his associates, servants, weapons, and confidential companions. Shuna Bai Esab Chaitanya Mahima E Shloke Kohetara Mahimara Sima. My dear brothers, please hear all these glories of Lord Chaitanya. This verse clearly summarizes his activities and characteristics. Krishna e Dui Varnas Sada Jara Muke Atava Krishna ke Tiho Varne Nija Suke Krishna Dui Varna Sada Jara Muke Atava Krishna ke Tiho Varne Nija Suke. The two syllables Krishna are always in his mouth, or he constantly describes Krishna with great pleasure. Krishna Varna Shabdera Arta Duita Praman Krishna Vinu Taramuke Nahi Aishan An. Krishna Varna Shabdera Arta Duita Praman Krishna Vina Taramuke Nahi Aisha Nam Nahi Aisha Nam. These are two meanings of the word Krishna Varna. Indeed, nothing else but Krishna issues from his mouth. Kehotare Boli Jari Krishna Varnan. Kehotare Boli Jari Krishna Varan. Ara Visheshane Tara Korenivaran. If someone tries to describe him as being a blackish complexion, the next adjective, Tvisha Akrishnam, immediately restricts him. So if you, depending on how you divide up the words, Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam, you could also divide the words to say that he has a blackish complexion. But that would be redundant. It wouldn't make any sense. It wouldn't make any sense to say Krishna, who is a dark complexion, appears in the Kali Yuga as of a dark complexion. That just wouldn't make any sense to say that. So if someone tries to describe him as being a blackish complexion, the next adjective, Tvisha Krishnam, immediately restricts him. Deho kanje hoy deho akrishna varan akrishna varane gahe pita varan. His complexion is certainly not blackish. Indeed, his not being blackish indicates that his complexion is yellow, pita varan. That's what Jiva Goswami says. Jiva Goswami says, if you interpret this verse, Krishna Varna Tvisha Krishnam, to mean that he's of a blackish complexion, then Jiva Goswami says that doesn't make any sense. Why would you say, who is of a blackish complexion? He appears in the age of Kali as a blackish complexion. He said, that would be foolish to write it like that. But he says, Tvisha Krishnam, he's not blackish. And Jiva Goswami explains that means he's of a golden color. If someone tries to describe him as being of blackish complexion, the next adjective, Tvisha Krishnam, immediately restricts him. Deho kanje hoy teho akrishna varan akrishna varane kohe pito varan. His complexion is certainly not blackish. Indeed, his not being blackish indicates that his complexion is yellow. Kaloyam vidvamsha srutam abhiyajante duti barad akrishnangam krishnam maka vidibir udkirtana mayai upashyam cha prahuryam akila chaturtashramajusham sadevas chaitanya kritir atitaramna kripayatu. By performing the sacrifice of congregational chanting of the holy name, Nam Sankirtan, learned scholars in the age of Kali worship Lord Krishna, who is now non-blackish because of the great upsurge of the feelings of Srimati Radharani. He is the only worshipable deity for the Paramahamsas, who have attained the highest stage of the fourth order, sannyas. May that Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Chaitanya, show us his great causeless mercy. So I'm going to stop here. Tomorrow we'll continue. And the external reasons for the descent of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They're external, but they don't appear so external. It's very, very beautiful. But so now we'll sing Hari Harai. All right. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jaravaya Nama.
Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jaravaya Nama.
Jaravaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama. Gopagovinda Ram Shimari Sudan. Giridhari Gopinatha Maranama. Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra. Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Rasa Raguna Jai Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan Jao Ette Vignana Shabishta Puran Jai Gosai Jai Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridhari Ju Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Tilak Nehriya Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmalacharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramansa Paravajaka Charyashta Tara Sadashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramansa Paravajaka Charyashta Tara Sadashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhaktivedanta Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Namachari Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhakta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhada Dasha Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Prem Sigo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Shri Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Vishvavaranya Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Kushamashra Maharaj Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Shri Mayapur Ki Jai. Saparshada Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Saparshada Shriman Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Shri Kaladeep Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Soquel Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Seva Ashram Ki Jai. Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Govardhan Shyam Kunda Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Jo Ki Jai. Shri Purushottama Dham Ki Jai. Baladev Subhadra Jagannath Jo Ki Jai. Bhakti Vigna Vinashaya Shrina Shingadev Ki Jai. Bhakta Prabhara Shri Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande Hare.